Beyoncé. A name that commands stadiums, breaks records, and symbolizes power, perfection, and presence. But behind the glitz, the Grammys, and the larger-than-life performances lies a woman whose journey has been anything but flawless. Today we peel back the layers of perfection and explore the hidden pain, silent battles, and unimaginable pressure Beyoncé has faced while rising to and maintaining her throne. This is Behind the Glamour, Beyoncé's Truth. Before the global icon emerged, there was a young girl in Houston with a dream. Beyoncé Giselle Knowles started performing at a very young age. Her father, Mathew Knowles, managed her career with military-like precision. Her childhood was not like other kids. It was rehearsals, studio time, and relentless training. When Destiny's Child finally broke through, success didn't mean peace. The group faced public fallout with former members, harsh criticism, and industry skepticism. Beyoncé, often portrayed as the star, carried the burden of leadership and perfection, even as the group weathered storms. But fame, even early on, came with isolation. Beyoncé once admitted she would often cry in the bathroom during Destiny's Child tours, hiding her emotions so no one would know how overwhelmed she truly felt. Beyoncé's solo career catapulted her into superstardom, but the pressure only intensified. Every performance, every song, every appearance she had to be perfect. In her 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream, Beyoncé opened up about her need to control everything because she felt like she had to protect her image. She confessed that people didn't see her vulnerability, only the polished, untouchable surface. She said, "I'm a human being. I cry, I get scared, I get nervous just like everyone else." The public didn't see the toll perfectionism took on her mental and emotional health. Beyoncé developed insomnia from the stress, and she's openly admitted to working so hard she would forget to eat. Even Queen Bey isn't immune to heartbreak, and the world watched as her seemingly perfect marriage to Jay-Z began to crack. In 2016, Beyoncé released Lemonade, a brutally honest album that detailed betrayal, infidelity, and the pain of rebuilding a broken relationship. While many initially saw it as art, it soon became clear that this was her truth. She used her voice not just to sing, but to bleed and heal. The infamous elevator incident between Solange and Jay-Z hinted at deeper family pain. Beyoncé later acknowledged that therapy saved their marriage, and she chose to love and rebuild, showing strength in forgiveness and vulnerability. Before her first daughter, Blue Ivy, was born, Beyoncé suffered a devastating miscarriage, something she described as the saddest thing she had ever experienced. She channeled her grief into her music, writing songs in the dark, letting pain be her muse. Later, during her pregnancy with twins Rumi and Sir, Beyoncé developed preeclampsia, a potentially life-threatening condition. She had an emergency C-section and spent weeks recovering. She gained 218 pounds, and her body, as she put it, went through more than she imagined it could. In a world that expects celebrities to bounce back immediately, Beyoncé refused. She said, "I needed time to heal, to recover. I embraced being curvier. I accepted myself." Her raw honesty about her body, health, and motherhood marked a rare moment where fans saw not a goddess, but a woman brave, broken, and healing. One of Beyoncé's most well-known traits today is her extreme privacy, but that privacy was born from pain. Years of judgment, betrayal, and intense public scrutiny made her build walls to protect herself and her family. She rarely gives interviews. She barely posts on social media, and even when she does, it's curated, intentional. In her own words, "When you're famous, no one looks at you as a human anymore. You're just a product." Beyoncé has spent much of the last decade fighting to reclaim her narrative on her terms. Being a Black woman in the entertainment industry adds another layer of challenge. Beyoncé has spoken about how she's had to work twice as hard to be taken seriously, to get the same budgets, the same respect as her white counterparts. Her homecoming performance at Coachella in 2018 was not just entertainment, it was a celebration of Black excellence, culture, and resilience. But it came after intense physical recovery post-pregnancy and emotional preparation. She nearly broke her body to deliver a historic show. She's used her platform to advocate for justice, Black Lives Matter, feminism, and more, often taking backlash in the process. Despite her decades of success, Beyoncé is still not immune to criticism. She's been called overrated, robotic, and even accused of faking pregnancy, cruel rumors with no basis. The internet often compares her to younger artists, questioning whether she's still relevant. But Beyoncé has never let the noise define her. She said, "Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are." Today, Beyoncé focuses on legacy. She's raising 3 children, mentoring the next generation, and expanding into film and fashion. She's learned to slow down, to value peace over applause. Her latest projects reflect maturity, depth, and ownership. She knows the spotlight can blind, and she's choosing to walk in her own light now. She remains the queen not because she's perfect, but because she's real. Her grace lies not in her image, but in her endurance. So the next time you watch Beyoncé light up a stage or break another record, remember, behind the glamour is a woman who has faced loss, betrayal, pressure, and pain, yet continues to rise. She is Beyoncé, not just a performer, a survivor, a mother, a woman who turned her wounds into wisdom. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.